News at 10. First, the highlights. The Governor Sanwo-Olu, former Minister Fashola, others to grace Maiden Waterfront Summit in Lagos. Federal government predicts 5-day downpour, flooding in 14 states. And foreigners in Moscow reject Western security guarantees for Ukraine. And in sports, Super Eagles midfielder Dele Bashiru expresses desire to play at 2026 World Cup. And now the details. I am Mike James. To tackle the menace of man-made problems along its coastline, Lagos State government is set to hold first ever Lagos Waterfront Summit, with over 500 global experts expected to be in attendance. While briefing journalists ahead the event at Alausa, Ikeja, Commissioner for Waterfront Infrastructure Development, Dayo Bush Alebiosu, said the move will protect the coastline and raise its standard to be able to compete favorably in line with international best practices. Bush Alebiosu described the summit as a groundbreaking event poised to redefine the future of urban waterfronts globally and mark a pivotal moment in the evolution of waterfront development, offering unparalleled opportunities for collaboration, innovation, and sustainable growth.
What's happening to the lagoon is different from what's happening on the Atlantic coastline. However, when you take a look at it, our existence as a people depends on the lagoon. Without the lagoon, we can't be sat here today in this building, in the press center. We're dealing with all sorts of things. But what do you do when it's an act of God? You can only pray. But when it's an act of man, then it means you don't pray to man, you talk to man. You need to speak with each other. How does it concern us? It concerns everybody.
Bush Alebiosu said key highlights in the summit include global perspectives on best practices in waterfront development, showcasing successful projects and innovative strategies. Sustainable development focusing on practices that ensure waterfront projects contribute positively to both the economy and the environment, technological innovations and smart infrastructure solutions. The event will hold on Thursday, 11th of September, with the theme, The Lagos Experience. Speaker of the Lagos State House of Assembly, Mudashiru Obasa, has urged citizens to support the government at all levels, from local, state to federal government. Obasa made the call at the 10th Constituency Stakeholders Meeting with the theme, Governance and Actions, the Gains of the Renewed Hope Agenda. He said the essence of the stakeholders meeting is to intimate constituents of government's achievements vis-a-vis the mantra of the administration of President Bola Tinubu and the impact of collaborative efforts between the government and the citizens from the federal to local government level. Obasanjo stressed that the initiative is aimed at community engagement and transparency, emphasizing the need for continuous engagement between lawmakers and the people they serve.
Representing your people is not defined by the number of laws you initiated, but now constant to interact with your people because you are representing everybody. The man is prison, you must ensure you reach out to him. The man on sick bed, you must reach out to him. In the same manner, you reach out to KPAC, the other,
Speaking earlier, acting chairman of Agege local government area, Abdul Ganiyu Obasa, highlighted interventions since assuming office in education, youth empowerment, health services, environment and sanitation, infrastructural development, economic development, fiscal reforms, special task force on security and drug abuse, among others. He urged everyone to stay engaged and remain active participants in building a better society. Lagos State House of Assembly has pledged its continued commitment to the welfare and well-being of Lagosians and ensuring that the impact of governance is felt in every nook and crannies of the state. Lawmaker representing Oshodi Solo Constituency 1, Olukayode Ogundikpe, stated this during the 10th Constituency Stakeholders Meeting, held simultaneously across 40 constituencies of the state. Speaking on the theme, Governance in Action, the gains of the Renewed Hope agenda, Ogundipe said through the integration of digital platforms and technology-driven governance, the administration of Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu has streamlined service delivery, which has empowered citizens by bringing government closer to the people. Ogundipe also noted that under the leadership of President Bola Tinubu, the nation has witnessed an inspiring transformation, innovation, and some notable achievements, which include economic reforms and recovery, infrastructure and urban transformation, security, as well as other digital transformation. According to him, the introduction of the Nigeria Education Loan Fund for students in tertiary institutions across the country will bridge the financial gap and increase access to higher education for qualified students.
Integration of digital platform and technology-driven governance. The Sanwo-Olu administration has streamlined service delivery. This has not only boosted efficiency, but has also empowered citizens by bringing government closer to the people. The proactive engagement between the executive arm and the Lagos State House of Assembly, ably led by the speaker, Right Honorable Dr. Mudashiru Ajayi Obasa, has led to the passage of progressive laws that support social welfare, environmental sustainability, and infrastructural innovation.
Ogundipe added that the Renewed Hope agenda is a deliberate blueprint for national recovery and sustainability, designed to lift millions of people out of poverty by unlocking economic opportunities for all Nigerians. Inspector General of Police Kayode Egbetokun has appointed Benjamin Hundeyin as the new Force Public Relations Officer, FPRO. Outgoing spokesman of the Nigeria Police Force, Muyiwa Adejobi, confirmed Hundeyin's appointment in a statement in Abuja. Following the appointment, Egbetokun charged him to leverage his communications and security experience to bolster the force's public relations activities and ensure continuous positive relations with the public. Until his appointment, Hundeyin was the spokesman of the Lagos State Police Command and will take over from Adejobi, who was redeployed to the Delta State Police Command. And now to the rest of the stories. The Federal Ministry of Environment has issued a flood alert for 14 states, warning that 43 locations across the country may experience heavy rainfall that could lead to flooding between September 4 and 8. The alert was issued and signed by the Director of the Erosion, Flood and Coastal Zone Management Department, Usman Bukani. He noted that the warning comes as the country grapples with the dual challenge of climate change and inadequate drainage infrastructure, making many communities vulnerable during the rainy season. Flooding remains one of Nigeria's most pressing environmental challenges, often resulting in displacement, destruction of farmland, and outbreaks of waterborne diseases. The National Orientation Agency, NOA, has rolled out a nationwide sensitization campaign aimed at creating awareness on key government programs, disaster preparedness, public safety, and national values. The Director General of the agency, Larry Isa Onilu, unveiled the initiative during a press conference and stakeholders engagement session in Lokoja, Kogi State. Isa Onilu said the campaign will focus on 5 areas: government programs, flood mitigation, national security awareness, values orientation, and the national identity project. He noted that the campaign will reach at least 3 million Nigerians per state through community engagement. Isa Onilu stated the importance of patriotism, respect for national symbols, and the rejection of extreme practices that undermine Nigerian values. Today is International Day of Charity. The day was established with the objective of sensitizing and mobilizing people, non-governmental organizations, and stakeholders all around the world to help others through volunteer and philanthropic activities. 5th of September was chosen to commemorate the anniversary of the passing away of Mother Teresa of Calcutta, who received the Nobel Peace Prize in 1979 for work undertaken in the struggle to overcome poverty and distress, which also constitute a threat to peace. Charitable efforts now influence public policy, fund innovation and support communities where public services fall short. In fragile regions, they often fill critical gaps where governments cannot. And over to foreign news, the Kremlin has rejected any situation where foreign troops will be stationed in Ukraine to provide security guarantees. According to Russian state media, it follows a pledge by France's Emmanuel Macron that 26 Western allies had firmly committed to deploying troops by land, sea, or air to Ukraine the day after a ceasefire was agreed. After a summit of 35 countries dubbed the Coalition of the Willing, the French president said United States support will be finalized in the coming days. United States President Donald Trump had indicated that U.S. backing could probably come in the form of air support. And Ukraine's Volodymyr Zelensky said he had spoken to the U.S. leader about maximum protection for Ukraine's skies. And now, sports news. Lazio midfielder Fisayo Dele Bashir has expressed his desire to play for Nigeria Super Eagles at the World Cup. Dele Bashir is part of Nigeria's squad currently preparing for the 2026 FIFA World Cup qualifiers against Rwanda and South Africa. Eric Chelly's men will host the Amavubi of Rwanda at Godswill Akpabio International Stadium on Saturday. They will then keep a date with Bafana Bafana of South Africa at the Toyota Stadium, Bloemfontein, 3 days later. The midfielder is optimistic they can still turn things around and fulfill his desire to play at the Global Soccer Fiesta. According to him, the World Cup is the biggest stage for a footballer's career, especially playing for his or her country. And that was our news at 10. Just before we go, ensure the registration mark on your vehicle is clear and visible at all times. You can follow us and like all our various social media platforms: X, Traffic Radio 961, Facebook, Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM, Instagram, Lagos Traffic Radio 961. Subscribe and watch our news and programs. It's live on YouTube, Traffic Radio 961. And you can visit our website, www.trafficradio961.ng. You can also listen to Lagos Traffic Radio on my Lagos app for timely updates. Did you know that the Sanwo-Olu administration organized a forum for women across the 57 local government and local council development areas in the state with a view to enhancing their productivity and economic growth? You can get details on the Lagos government website. And to end the news, here are the highlights of the major stories. To tackle the menace of man-made problems along its coastline, the Lagos State government is set to hold first ever Lagos Waterfront Summit, with over 500 global experts expected to be in attendance. The Federal Ministry of Environment has issued a flood alert for 14 states, warning that 43 locations across the country may experience heavy rainfall that could lead to flooding between September 4 and 8. We also told you that the Kremlin has rejected any situation where foreign troops will be stationed in Ukraine to provide security guarantees. And in sports, Lazio midfielder Fisayo Dele Bashir has expressed his desire to play for Nigeria Super Eagles at the World Cup. And for contact with the newsroom, send a message to info@trafficradio961.ng. That ends the news broadcast compiled by Adewale Okoroku. Thank you for listening, Lagos. My name is Mike James. Good morning to you.